72% of marketers agree that content marketing increases traffic, leads, and engagement. It's no secret that if you put out a lot of good, high-quality content, align it with your marketing funnel, you're going to get a lot of leads and customers. But fortunately, that's where a lot of people stop. They produce content, they forget that they have dozens or hundreds of blog posts, videos, and whatnot out there, and then a lot of them end up just collecting dust, aging, and doing a whole lot of nothing. If you do content marketing, you're probably guilty of this sooner or later. I know I was in the past, but one of the best things I ever learned was to actually refresh my old blog posts, and it's actually possible to increase your traffic by 362%. The CRM company Zapier was able to do this by updating an old blog post on email marketing, and they got 362% more organic traffic. And that's what I'll be teaching you today, is how to find your old content that's lagging behind and update it to boost traffic. And once again, if you have a good marketing funnel, that means more leads. Of course, it begins with actually finding your outdated content, and I recommend that you go use a tool like Google Analytics. You can actually go to the All Pages tab under Site Content and Behavior to find all of your pages, and specifically you can filter it by putting in a keyword like blog, and you'll find your highest traffic pages, and if you filter it, your lowest traffic pages. So you can go right to the end, find which pages are lagging behind, and then export these out via the export button. I'd also recommend auditing pages that have a very high bounce rate, meaning that people are coming to the web page and then leaving without visiting any other pages, and those with a very low average time on page. It might need a boost in user experience, page speed, or maybe just the content, copy, and intro needs a little bit of an overhaul. Once you've actually found your aged content, there are a few things you need to do to update it and boost its ranking and traffic. The first thing I always recommend is increasing word count. Gone are the days where you can post 500 words and rank on the first page of Google. It's not like that anymore. It's very far from it. And in fact, you gotta be writing about 1,890 words long to get on the first page, first result, according to Backlinko's study, where they actually looked at over 1 million Google results, and that was one of their main findings. So when you take an old blog post, what I want you to do is go to the first page of Google and check out the top 3, top 5 results and how much words they're using for each blog post. Now you can also just run them through something like wordcounter.io or wordcounter.net, paste in the article, you'll see how many words they have, and then you want to shoot for this or a little bit more. Keep in mind, you don't want to fluff up the content and just write words for the sake of it. Try adding more strategies, tips, trends, quotes, more step-by-step instructions, add in more resources. Ultimately, this makes the piece of content a lot more useful. The algorithm will be able to pick up on that and boost your rankings accordingly. The second thing I want you to do, a lot of people don't know about, and this is adding a Google Search Console query keywords. So I'm sure you use Ahrefs, SEMrush, Ubersuggest, all the normal stuff for keyword research, Google's keyword planner, but a lot of people don't know that Google's Search Console isn't just for tracking click-through rate and submitting sitemaps. It can actually give you amazing keywords and boost your traffic, especially when you're refreshing content. So navigate to the tool and go to the Performance tab after you've pasted in a particular URL, or you've actually just navigated through the Pages section and found the piece of content that you're updating. Now, if you click Queries, it'll actually show you the exact terms people are entering into Google to find that page. And often what I've noticed with my business, my content writing clients, is that you're not even targeting some of these keywords, but they're related to what you're talking about. People are putting them in there and Google's ranking you. So you're actually ranking for keywords that you probably don't even know. And if you take these, you export them out, you save them even just in a notepad file, and then you go add them in sections like the URL, title tag, meta description, the body, header tags. You're gonna rank for them and drive more traffic. Thirdly, I want you to add more tools and resources. After all, people read content to learn something new and really get something out of it. So when you're updating a piece of content, go and add more resources. Go to really big websites like Forbes, Entrepreneur, and so on, depending on your exact industry and what you're writing about, and link out to more content, link out to more studies, use clinical trials, data, case studies. Make it genuinely more resourceful and useful, and also extend tools, because when people are learning about something, often they're going to be things like I just mentioned, wordcounter.io, wordcounter.net, the different SEO tools. There's something that's going to help them make that process that you're teaching easier. So show them some tools, but also show them how to use them. Use step-by-step instructions and screenshots along with use cases, so not only are you extending a tool recommendation, you're actually showing them step-by-step how to use it and get the most out of it. Fourthly, you need to improve your linking structure to pass more SEO juice, but also reduce your bounce rate. I mentioned before the bounce rate is the number of people that come to your website and leave without actually visiting another page. So why you don't want a high bounce rate is it signals to Google that a user went to the website and they left, so it probably wasn't very contextual or useful, and ultimately that's going to hurt your rankings, so we don't want that. What you can actually do is just take that blog post and start interlinking it to newer and other older content. Now this one passes SEO juice, so any kind of authority that page has now goes deeper into the website, boosting other pages' traffic and rankings. But once again, it gives the reader more opportunities to go deeper into your website and reduce the bounce rate. Last but not least, I want you to reformat your content for readability, because you can have the best piece of content on the internet, but if people just have trouble reading it, they're not going to get to the end, and that also means they're probably not going to download lead magnets, contact you, or take any kind of action. So the first thing you can do is make sure that you're clearly breaking up a piece of content with header tags. These include H1, H2, H3, H4, and so on. And as a rule of thumb, the bigger tags like H1, H2 are reserved for bigger ideas, and then as you drill down and get deeper, you use smaller header tags like H3 and H4 to cover those. And this is also very important because most people on the internet are actually skimmers. We're all guilty of this at some point. You go to a web page, you just scroll through and try to find that exact piece of information you're looking for, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. And by offering header tags, you're helping people that do skim through find exactly what they need. Next, make sure you're taking advantage of lists and bullet points. If you're in something like WordPress, Wix, Weebly, and so on, you can automatically add these, same with Google Drive. And these are really nice just for quickly summarizing steps and instructions, data, strategies, and things like that, and making information really easy to absorb for the reader. I also recommend that you add plenty of media and images. This breaks up the text and makes it a bit easier on the eyes, a bit more entertaining, but you can also add charts, graphs, and not just stock photos, but images that actually add more data, information, and that are really impactful on the reading experience. That sums up refreshing your old blog post. What I want you to do is head over to Google Analytics or whatever tool you use to collect data. Go find all your old blog posts that are lagging behind and give them the 5 big things I told you about today. 1 being word count, 2 adding more resources and tools, 3 making sure that you're improving the internal linking structure, 4 adding in Google Search Console query keywords, and of course reformatting it to make sure it's very readable. If you do need help with content writing, you can reach out anytime for me. We can have a free consultation. I can help you out with content or copywriting services. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.